The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Ottumwa Bulldogs football is coming your way on your news and information leader, 1240 AM and 102.7 FM, KBIZ. Now, let's get you to the field with the voice of your Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High football is on the air. Good evening, everybody, from Hutchins Stadium on the south side of Des Moines. Jason Van Arkel reporting. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Carl Davis, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Special edition of Thursday Night Football, high school style, as your Ottumwa Bulldogs take on the Lincoln Railsplitters. Ottumwa 0-2 on the season, but coming off a much better performance in Game 2 than they had in Game 1. And we said last week, football teams show the most improvement from Week 1 to Week 2, and Ottumwa certainly accomplished that last Friday, giving Roosevelt a four-quarter challenge before falling 29-20. The Bulldogs played with resolve after falling behind early, coming back to tie the game at 14. They forced a couple of turnovers, they committed fewer penalties, and found some big plays offensively that had been missing in the Keokuk game 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, there were still too many mistakes for OHS, most notably in the second half. A field goal that would have given Ottumwa the lead was blocked, and after the defense forced a 3-and-out, a fumble by Ottumwa on the very next play gave Roosevelt the ball at the Bulldog 23, leading to the touchdown that put OHS behind by 9 points for the rest of the night. Tonight, Ottumwa faces a Lincoln team that won just once last season, but they also had a competitive loss to Roosevelt before they beat Des Moines East last week. So the Rails are 1-1, and their head coach, Dwayne Mathis, is in his second season. They were 1-8 again a year ago. Mathis got his head coaching start at Clark. He spent 3 years there, 2017, 18, and 19. In 2020, he was the head coach of Nottoway Valley. Then he got a couple of different coordinator positions in the metro area, including, I believe, Des Moines Roosevelt last year, before he took the Lincoln head job. 2 years ago he was at Roosevelt, then he took the Lincoln head job beginning last year. Again, 2022 was rough for the Rails. All 8 of their losses were by double digits, but they competed pretty well in their opener. They lost to Roosevelt 42-32. Last week they ran all over Des Moines East, 390 rushing yards on the way to a 26-8 win over the Scarlets. Javon Sanders ran for 191. Fisher Wilson added 153, but I'm told that Fisher Wilson is banged up and may not play tonight. Lincoln does not ask quarterback Jackson Lamb to do a whole lot of throwing, but he was an efficient 8 of 10 through the air against the Scarlets a week ago, or I guess technically 6 days ago. Defensively, Lincoln will run a 3-3-5, but they'll creep 2 of those defensive backs, those safeties, up to the ends of the line, and it'll create a 5-3 look. What makes the matchup when Ottumwa has the ball more interesting tonight is that Lincoln has played 2 opponents in Roosevelt and East that run a spread offense. They haven't seen anything close to Ottumwa's ground-based double wing attack, so there's some mystery on both sides. Ottumwa head coach Brian Goodman tells me his players have gone against a variety of looks in practice, and they'll be familiar with any defense that Lincoln may throw at them. We're just getting started on the Bulldog pregame show, special Thursday night edition. When we return, we'll talk about the last time we came here to Hutchins Stadium in Des Moines, the last time we faced Des Moines Lincoln. That comes your way next after this 3-minute timeout on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
At Gardner Collier Jewelry, our goal has always been to provide you with the very best jewelry for your money. From plain gold wedding bands to the most exquisite diamond ring, Gardner Collier has it. Our huge selection is sure to exceed your expectations, and our service is second to none. From sterling silver fashion jewelry to the one-of-a-kind diamond fashion piece, Gardner Collier can fill your jewelry desires. For the very best value in fine jewelry, choose Gardner Collier, Quincy Place Mall, Ottumwa, and Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa.
A lot of things in this world just don't make sense. Like why we drive on a parkway, but park in a driveway? It's just not logical. And when it comes to something as important as your vehicle, you need things to make sense. You can rely on Jonathan and the crew at Vice Transmission on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa. They're the logical choice for transmissions, but they also do brakes, tune-ups, mechanical repair, and more. The next time you need maintenance, transmission, or auto repairs done, contact Vice Transmission. They are more than a transmission shop.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
At Line X of Ottumwa, we know your truck is much more than a vehicle to you. Whether you use it for work or play, a Line X spray-applied bedliner is ready for the long haul. Line X provides unmatched protection with a nationwide lifetime warranty. Want more for your truck? Line X carries accessories from WeatherTech, Bach Industry, Truxedo, Truck Gear, Lux, and Luverne Truck Accessories. The right parts and accessories to make your truck your truck. Everything is possible at Line X of Ottumwa.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football tonight, special Thursday night edition on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Bulldogs on the road at Des Moines Lincoln. Now, Ottumwa has not played Lincoln in 6 years. The last time they met was on September 8th, 2017, where Lincoln won here at Hutchins Stadium 51-19. The last time we came here, the rain was falling and the Lincoln offense was rolling. The Bulldogs did get 2 touchdowns from Sam Yeway, but found themselves down 35-13 at halftime en route to that 51-19 loss. The Rails also routed OHS in Ottumwa the year before in 2016. Prior to that, the two teams hadn't met since 2011, the last year of conferences in Class 4A football. Lincoln won that year as well, so Ottumwa hasn't beaten the Rails since 2010. Now, I'm sitting in pretty much the same spot I sat in 6 years ago here at Hutchins Stadium. That is at the top of the bleachers on the west side. And before my time doing Ottumwa games, this used to be the home side. And if you're watching on the live video stream, you can see across where there is a small box on the far side. That's where the visiting coaches used to be, and the visiting sideline used to be on the far side. And behind where you can see, and behind where I'm sitting, used to be a pretty decent-sized press box. Then it was torn down. I don't know exactly what year, but it was a while ago, and they never replaced it. And so when we were here in 2017, we were up here in the bleachers. It was just radio then. We didn't even have any power. We just had a battery-operated broadcasting unit, and we were doing it in the rain. It's much nicer tonight. Weather conditions pretty much ideal for football, and hopefully the view will be good for you as well as the Bulldogs take on the Railsplitters. So, why are we playing on Thursday night? And why are we playing it here at this stadium when, if you had been following the news in the last year or so, 2 years, you know that the Des Moines schools are all supposed to have a new stadium. Well, we're going to take 3 minutes. It's called a teaser. And after this timeout, we'll come back and tell you exactly why we're here and on this night. That comes your way next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
This is Opula with Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse in Ottumwa. Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? You don't really want to cook? Stop in and see us. We are known for the best pizza in Southeast Iowa. Enjoy a mouth-watering steak or an awesome tenderloin. We also have salads, pasta, chicken and fish, and of course, amazing Greek food. Call ahead for carryout. Our full menu is available at Mike'sPizzaSteakhouse.com. Thank you for making us your favorite restaurant. We look forward to serving you at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse.
Opa!
Birthdays, ladies' night out, bachelor or bachelorette party, sports team, no matter what your special event or sport, at Graphics Masters, we can make you stand out. We offer custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, and more. We even make custom signage for your event. It's all here under one roof. We even offer auto detailing as well. Like Graphics Masters on Facebook to see some of our quality work, or stop into the shop located on Albee Road across from the BP. Graphics Masters, we print your words.
The secret is out. You're invited to see the all-new scoring system at Champion Bowl.
The first bowling alley in Iowa to have the new Bowler Entertainment System.
Animated and themed scoring grids and backgrounds.
It keeps score for a variety of game types.
There's classic bowling, of course, as well as Build the Monster, Bowling Hood, Battle of the Lanes, and more.
You can also video chat with any of the staff right from your bowling station.
Come experience the brand new Champion Bowl in Ottumwa,
where bowling is now awesome.
Uh-oh. Looks like it's time to bring your vehicle into Gordy's Auto on Madison Avenue. Let Steve or one of his certified mechanics diagnose your car or truck's problems and get you back on the road. Just because your car started this morning doesn't mean it's not time for a checkup. Let them change the oil or perform other preventative maintenance to keep your vehicle running smooth. Stop in and see Steve at Gordy's on Madison Avenue, just before the Rock and Roll Dairy Bar. Call for an appointment and like him on Facebook.
A-Plus Services Plumbing and HVAC takes care of your home. A-Plus Services offers multiple services under one roof. They offer residential and commercial installation of plumbing, heating, and air conditioning units in Ottumwa, Fairfield, and the surrounding areas. From new construction to replacement of your existing unit, A-Plus Services can help. Ask them about available financing options. Contact A-Plus Services for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning installation services. Se habla español, your authorized local York dealer.
At Five Hogs Barbecue, our journey began with a group of folks who simply love to barbecue, a path that persists with the belief that our ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and chicken should be just as delightful to order as they are to savor. And as far as we're concerned, it's a journey with no end in sight, except the vision of a barbecue spot that's always striving to do better. Join Five Hogs Barbecue Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. in the old Smoke and Bones building on 73rd Street in Agency. Like us on Facebook and message us to cater your next event. Come get you some goodness.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football tonight on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Bulldogs on the road at Des Moines Lincoln at their campus stadium called Hutchins Stadium. So, if you're wondering, as I was, why this game is being played on a Thursday at a field where it could have easily been played on Friday, the explanation is fairly simple. Des Moines Public Schools, as you may have heard, is opening a new stadium for all 5 of its schools called Mediacom Stadium, and that's not going to be far from Drake University. Now, when this game was originally scheduled, it was supposed to be played at the new stadium, which was supposed to be ready for the start of this season. And, of course, since all 5 Des Moines Public Schools are sharing that one stadium, there were going to be some Thursday night games, and this was going to be one of them. However, as you probably figured out, Mediacom Stadium is not yet finished, and it is now not scheduled to open until next month. When Ottumwa and Lincoln realized this game wouldn't be played at the new stadium, it was fairly easy to move it back here to Lincoln's on-campus field. The game would have also been played on Friday. In fact, the 2 schools were planning to move it back to Friday, except the referees assigned to tonight's game could not switch to Friday because they thought they were working here on Thursday. They also accepted assignments to work other games tomorrow night. Therefore, the game stayed on Thursday, and here we are about 15, 16 minutes away from the opening kickoff. So it's a special Thursday night edition. We'll go head-to-head with the opening NFL game. That's fine. I care more about how Ottumwa does anyway. I should put some of the Bulldogs on my fantasy team. Chantalavan looked pretty good with that run last week. Anyway, Bulldogs here at Hutchins Stadium to take on Des Moines Lincoln. Now, everybody else in our area is in action tomorrow night, so we're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll run down the out-of-town scoreboard, which, if it was an actual scoreboard, would all say tomorrow, but we'll tell you what the matchups will be coming up next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Insane Motors on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa is a motorcycle and ATV store offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories. Specializing in V-twins, but also all makes and models of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. A great gift idea, no matter the occasion, for the rider in your life. Stop in, call to order, and they can drop ship nearly anywhere. Call and speak with Alan for all your questions, or to get your repairs scheduled. Insane Motors, where it's all about the ride.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
What do you look for when choosing a bank? One that's locally owned with fast and friendly service from neighbors who know your name? Are you looking for a bank that is growing and gives back to the communities it serves? Is the convenience of reliable online and mobile banking important to you? Do you need knowledgeable lending experts who make it easy and are empowered to say yes? We have it all at Iowa State Bank in Fairfield. Bank with us. myiowastatebank.com.
Hey guys, this is Jackie at Uncle Buck's on Church Street, Ottumwa. When folks want a great atmosphere and a wide selection on their menu, they come to Uncle Buck's. It's Ottumwa's most diverse bar and grill. Our team works tirelessly to ensure you're treated to delightful meals, refreshing drinks, and conversation. Where else can you dine more, enjoy more, and get more? Nate and I invite you to come experience Uncle Buck's for yourself. Join us for karaoke every Friday and Saturday night. Like and follow us on Facebook to see our daily specials. Uncle Buck's, located on Church Street, Ottumwa, next to Yesway.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Bulldogs on the road at Des Moines Lincoln. Quickly, tomorrow night's area games, the out-of-town scoreboard. Again, everything else tomorrow night. Davis County hosting Cardinal, Van Buren on the road at Highland, Pekin welcomes Danville, Albia travels to Sheraton, Centerville at home to battle Fort Madison, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont will welcome East Marshall, Fairfield back at home to take on Washington, Moravia on the road at Belle Plaine, Oskaloosa, who we play next week, they're at home to take on Grinnell, and Sigourney Keota is at home to face Mid-Prairie. If you're watching on the live video stream, you're seeing the Des Moines Lincoln Marching Band take the field, and they are getting ready to perform the national anthem. How do I know this? Well, all the game officials are off to the left with their hats off, and the Lincoln football team is all lined up on the goal line with their helmets off, ready for the national anthem. So we will take a timeout for the national anthem as well. I'm just going to let the band get into place. And on the other side of this 3-minute timeout, we will have tonight's starting lineups for both teams. Bulldogs come in at 0-2, Lincoln 1-1, their first meeting since 2017. Ottumwa trying to get into the win column for the first time this season and for the first time since they beat Des Moines North last year at home. Trying to make sure I time this right here. Also want to be in, and now it's time for the anthem. We'll take 3 minutes and return
please sit back and enjoy the Railsplitters marching band
on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the Realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Hi, I'm Jackie King, owner of TSD Embroidery, the Stitch Doctor. I just want to thank our customers as I know you have options. My staff and I truly appreciate your business. Not only are you supporting a locally owned business, you are supporting 3 different families, putting clothes on their children, paying bills, food on the table, and helping them reach their personal dreams. Shopping local truly means more than what people think. If you haven't stopped into the Stitch Doctor, I personally invite you. TSD Embroidery, the Stitch Doctor, 115 East Main Street, downtown Ottumwa. Thank you for shopping local.
Most of us realize what this sound means. It means your vehicle needs repairs. This is David Rowland, owner of Resurrections Paint and Body, and we can repair and put your vehicle back together looking good as new. We are located in the Old Covenant Paint and Body building on Richmond Avenue. We do collision, dent repair, vehicle restoration, in addition to liquid spray wraps and more. Stop by our shop at 504 Richmond Avenue in Ottumwa for a free estimate. Choose Resurrections Paint and Body for all your auto body and painting needs.
Why do people love bench warmers? It starts with the best wings. Never frozen with 22 different wing sauces. Or you can enjoy our loaded menu that includes tasty sandwiches, daily homemade soups, daily specials, appetizers, pizza complete with wonderful service. Benchwarmers' delicious food, the best wings, and fun atmosphere makes it a wonderful place to enjoy with family, coworkers, and friends. Benchwarmers, the area's go-to eating destination in Ottumwa.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
A lot of things in this world just don't make sense. Like why we drive on a parkway, but park in a driveway? It's just not logical. And when it comes to something as important as your vehicle, you need things to make sense. You can rely on Jonathan and the crew at Vice Transmission on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa. They're the logical choice for transmissions, but they also do brakes, tune-ups, mechanical repair, and more. The next time you need maintenance, transmission, or auto repairs done, contact Vice Transmission. They are more than a transmission shop.
What can be better than getting 2 things under one roof? Visit us at the Coal Palace Cafe and the Candy Caboose, located at 226 West Main Street in Ottumwa. Try something from our fresh, made-in-house menu of soups, sides, sandwiches, and more. Short on time? Call in an order to go. Walk right down the hall and get your sweet tooth fix at the Candy Caboose. Delicious old-school candy. Your purchase helps our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Visit us at the Coal Palace Cafe and Candy Caboose.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Football, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page, Bulldogs at Des Moines Lincoln. Time now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the Ottumwa offense. The offensive line, left tackle, senior John Harden. The left guard, Braden Hopkins. The center, Brian Coulter. The right guard, Roman Laux. And the right tackle, Dane Denner. Matt Mitchell, the junior starting quarterback, 6 of 16, 151 yards, and a touchdown through 2 games through the air. Also has a rushing touchdown. The fullback, junior Cam Maneri, 24 carries, 179 yards, and a touchdown. The halfbacks, Brandon Heminger and Kobe Chantalavan, who has 14 carries, 126 yards, and a touchdown. He scored that last week against Roosevelt. The tight end, Braylon Griffiths. The senior had an 81-yard touchdown catch last week. And the wide receiver, Javen Rominger, the senior, 3 catches, 57 yards. The offense for the Des Moines Lincoln Railsplitters, the offensive line. Left tackle, Dimitri Champeau, 6'2", 250, a senior. The left guard, Lance Clark, 6'1", 240, a junior. The center, Colin Riffley, 5'11", 225, a senior. The right guard, Nathan Parisho, 5'8", 170, a senior. The right tackle, Hassan Sirleaf, 5'10", 200, a sophomore. The quarterback for Des Moines Lincoln, Jackson Lamb, 5'9", 180-pound junior. 18 of 29, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks through 2 games. The running back, Javon Sanders, 6'1", 185, a junior. 33 carries, 404 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns in 2 games averaging 200 yards a game. The wingback, Blake Butters, 5'10", 185, a junior, 5 carries, 35 yards. The tight end, Leo Jones, 6'1", 205, 6 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And the wide receivers, Aaron Guerrero, 5'9", 140, a senior, 9 catches, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the other wide receiver, Charlie Fucaloro, 5'11", 170, a junior, 1 catch, 33 yards.
Tonight is Military Appreciation Night.
Starting defenses for your Bulldogs. The defensive ends, Matt Payne, 6'3", 215, a senior. John Harden, 6'3", 240, a senior. The defensive tackle, Dylan Forney, 5'11", 265, a junior. The nose guard, Roman Lauk, 6'1", 285, a senior. The linebackers, the Sam linebacker, the strong side linebacker, Braylon Griffiths, 5'11", 170, a senior. The middle linebacker, Cam Maneri, 5'10", 205, a junior. The outside linebacker, Tyler Schaus, 5'9", 160, a sophomore. The cornerbacks for Ottumwa, Caden Hubble, 6 feet, 155 pounds, senior. He's got an interception. And Kobe Chantalavan, 5'8", 165, a junior, who had 3 interceptions last year as a sophomore. The safeties, strong safety, Brandon Flattery, 5'11", 160, a sophomore, and Javen Rominger, 6'1", 175, a senior. The defense, the 3-3-5 stack for Des Moines Lincoln. The defensive ends, Ben Emke, 6'1", 205, a junior, and Daniel Sachiyama, 5'8", 180, a junior. The nose guard, David Simmons, 5'9", 230, a junior. The 3 linebackers, strong side linebacker, Leo Jones, 6'1", 205, a senior. The middle linebacker, Damani Wesley, 5'10", 230, a sophomore. And the weak side linebacker, Denver Longden, 5'10", 155, a junior. The 2 corners, Demarius Parker, 5'10", 165, a junior, and Aaron Guerrero, 5'9", 140, a senior. The strong side safety, they play 3 safeties in this set. The strong safety is Blake Butters, 5'10", 185, a junior. The weak side safety, Riley Cook, 5'5", 150, a sophomore. And the free safety, we were told Fisher Wilson, 5'8", 155, a junior. That was a lineup that was sent to us. However, we're also told that he's banged up and his ability to play in this game is still kind of in doubt, but we'll see if he takes the field or not. Those are the starting lineups. They're getting ready to send the Railsplitter football team through the tunnel on the opposite side of the field from us. We will take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll be just about ready for the opening kickoff. Bulldog football at Des Moines Lincoln comes your way next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Birthdays, ladies' night out, bachelor or bachelorette party, sports team, no matter what your special event or sport, at Graphics Masters, we can make you stand out. We offer custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, and more. We even make custom signage for your event. It's all here under one roof. We even offer auto detailing as well. Like Graphics Masters on Facebook to see some of our quality work, or stop into the shop located on Albee Road across from the BP. Graphics Masters, we print your words.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Insane Motors on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa is a motorcycle and ATV store offering reasonable prices on parts and accessories. Specializing in V-twins, but also all makes and models of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. A great gift idea, no matter the occasion, for the rider in your life. Stop in, call to order, and they can drop ship nearly anywhere. Call and speak with Alan for all your questions, or to get your repairs scheduled. Insane Motors, where it's all about the ride.
A-Plus Services Plumbing and HVAC takes care of your home. A-Plus Services offers multiple services under one roof. They offer residential and commercial installation of plumbing, heating, and air conditioning units in Ottumwa, Fairfield, and the surrounding areas. From new construction to replacement of your existing unit, A-Plus Services can help. Ask them about available financing options. Contact A-Plus Services for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning installation services. Se habla español, your authorized local York dealer.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football, 12:40 a.m., 102.7 FM, KBIZ, live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Folks, I don't think the video can pick it up, but as Lincoln came onto the field and ran through the tunnel, they have, it's Military Appreciation Night here at Hutchins Stadium in Des Moines. They have a mortar, a cannon, and they set it off, and it was quite loud, and there was this perfect ring of smoke that floated over the field. And I don't think the camera could quite pick it up, but it was pretty cool. Anyway, hopefully that's about the last cool thing Lincoln does down. Of course, we want to see an Ottumwa victory. Good to have you with us for a special Thursday night edition of Bulldog Football. Jason Van Arkel with you, top of the bleachers on the visitor side of Hutchins Stadium. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Carl Davis, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Captains heading out for the coin toss. Cam Maneri, Joe Graby, John Harden for Ottumwa. And for Des Moines Lincoln, we get their quarterback Jackson Lamb.
Welcome to Hutchins Metro Stadium for tonight's
Blake Butters, their wingback.
matchup featuring the
Their tight end, Leo Jones.
and your Lincoln High Railsplitters.
And one of their linemen, it's the center, Colin Riffley. Ottumwa wearing the white road jerseys, red numbers, red stripes in the sleeves, red lettering, red pants with the white stripe down the side, and the white helmets with the red O and the red stripe. Lincoln has gray jerseys with maroon trim, maroon numbers trimmed in gold front and back, gray pants, gold helmets with a maroon stripe for the Rails. It would appear that Lincoln won the toss, and they defer. First time Ottumwa has not won the toss this season. Bulldogs will receive, and they will defend the south goal. That's to our right as we look at it. Ottumwa 0-2, but competitive in their loss to Roosevelt last week. Lincoln 1-1, competitive in their loss to Roosevelt, and then a win over Des Moines East. And it doesn't always work this way. A better than B, B better than C means A is better than C, but we do play East later in the season, and the way Ottumwa competed with Roosevelt and the way Lincoln kind of eviscerated East last week, 26-8. Just thinking ahead several weeks, you feel pretty good about that East matchup. Bulldogs certainly feel good about this matchup tonight. They think they have a real chance to get their first win of the season. Javen Rominger and Kobe Chantalavan are both back deep for OHS. And for Des Moines Lincoln, it'll be Coralie Buckland, a 5'6", 130-pound freshman. Yes, that is a female kicker. Second one we've seen in as many years. Cedar Rapids Jefferson had a female kicker last year. So Coralie Buckland will kick it off for Des Moines Lincoln.
Buckland to kick off.
And they'll stop play here for a moment. Not sure why. Trying to figure out exactly what the head referee is saying. Waiting to get this game underway on 12:40 a.m., 102.7 FM, KBIZ Ottumwa, and the live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. 12 minutes on the clock, scoreboard to our left. Got a nice newer concession stand built at the south end. Yeah, this will not be the last varsity game here. They'll have to play two more varsity games here. Then I believe Lincoln will get its last home game of the season at the new MediaCom Stadium that'll be for all 5 Des Moines schools. There's the whistle. We're ready to go. Buckland looks right, looks left. Now approaches the ball at the 40-yard line, foot to leather, and kind of a low wobbler kick taken at the 35 by an up man and across the 40. And the ball came out, but already down was the return man, and that was Braylon Griffiths, who had that short kick go right to him, and he'll give Ottumwa a pretty good field position to start this contest. First and 10 Bulldogs. They'll mark it at the Ottumwa 43. Tackle made by Damani Wesley. Expect to call his name on defense quite a bit. So Matt Mitchell under center for Ottumwa. Single wide out left is Javen Rominger. Two wingbacks, the fullback Cam Maneri directly behind Mitchell is Maneri. In motion Chantalavan. Give to Maneri, hit up the middle, but he's dragging tacklers with him. Gets a good push from Dane Denner at the end. And Cam is out across the 45, maybe all the way to the 48-yard line. That would be a gain of 5. That is indeed where they put the ball down. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Again, Lincoln has played 2 spread teams, and now they're facing Ottumwa's ground-based attack. And the Rails are a little undersized. We went through the sizes in the starting lineups. Rominger wide right on this 2nd down and 5 play. In motion is Heminger. Another give to Maneri. Big hole left side. Breaks the tackle at the 40, falls forward down to the 38, and that'll be a Bulldog 1st down. Cam Maneri into Lincoln territory. Gain of 14 for the junior. 1st down, Ottumwa on the march. 1 minute gone here in the 1st quarter. Rominger will go wide right. Again, the same formation. Chantalavon in motion. Another give Maneri. And again, he's hit early, but his power allows him to carry tacklers for a couple yards. Not as big a gain that time.
Maneri on the carry, tackled by West.
Down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Assisted by Leo Jones.
Ball still in the middle of the field, a little bit over to the right, but the Bulldogs have stayed between the hashes this whole possession. Now wideouts to either side. Rominger left. I think that's Chance Egbert maybe out to the right. Chantalavon motions. And it's a counter give again to Maneri. And he is stuffed after maybe 1 or 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up for Ottumwa here. Ottumwa will pound that fullback give with different looks time and time again early, and then they'll develop off it. Now, that was Chance Egbert who's in the game. Now he comes out, Braylon Griffiths back in. It's a gain of 2, 3rd down and 5 from the 35. Another give Maneri, left side, he's got the 1st down and more inside the 25-yard line and tackled at the 24. Brought down on the play by Judd Dietrich.
Tackled by Jones.
They'll give Jones some credit on the tackle as well. That's Leo Jones. But a 1st down for the Bulldogs. Down to the 24-yard line. That was a gain of 11 on 3rd and 5. It has been all Cam Maneri on this drive. 5 straight carries for the fullback. Rominger wide left on 1st down and 10. And that time the give to Maneri, and I think Mitchell was trying to pull it back out, but Maneri had already been hit, and Cam had to take the ball and take the tackle as
Wesley in there.
Damani Wesley broke through to tackle him for a 1-yard loss, 2nd down and 11. The blocking broke down for Ottumwa that time. Chance Egbert is back in the game. He's wide to the right. Rominger's wide left on 2nd down and 11. 8.5 to go 1st quarter. First drive of the game. Bulldogs in Lincoln territory. Now they're trying to get Chance to line up tight to the line. Chantalavon in motion. They'll pitch it wide to Kobe. He's got room. Counts it outside at the 20. He's to the 15, dragging a tackler down towards the 10-yard line on the far side. That'll be enough for another Bulldog 1st down. So Egbert was out wide. He came in, set up as a tight end. He sealed the edge there, and he opened up the lane for Chantalavon. All the way down to the 10, a run of 15. It is 1st and goal, Bulldogs. 15 yards for number 15. 8 minutes to go, opening quarter. Both these teams want to run the ball. Ottumwa running it pretty effectively on the opening drive. Ball in the right hash. There's a snap. Option left. Mitchell keeps it, cuts it inside. He's hit at the 5, falls forward to the 4, maybe the 3. We'll see. And it's 2nd and goal. Good decision by Matt Mitchell to pull the ball out of the belly of Maneri and keep it on the option around the corner. That's a gain of 6 down to the 4, 2nd down and goal. Bulldogs will bring the tight end Braylon Griffiths back in, so Rominger is alone wide out to the right. Well, if you want to throw a lob pass to him over there in the corner, he's got a few inches on the corner guarding him, but we'll see. Wings either side, in motion Heminger. Keeper by Mitchell all the way, puts his head down, fighting for the end zone, falls forward, touchdown! Matt Mitchell over left guard, a 4-yard quarterback keeper for the score, and the Bulldogs score on the opening drive. all on the ground. Ottumwa said, stop us, and that time Lincoln could not do it. That is Mitchell's second rushing touchdown of the season. Bulldogs spread out the PAT and then bring the formation back in. Remember, they ran that wide play for 2 against Keokuk in week 1. Joel Hallgren on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 Ottumwa. Back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Cassandra Brewer, clerical lead at Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic. If you're looking for a local provider to handle you and your family's healthcare needs, consider Mercy One Ottumwa. From pediatrics to geriatrics and everything in between, we are here for you year-round to assist you in your healthcare needs. We also offer our Quick Care Walk-in Clinic with no appointment necessary, open Monday through Friday from 7 to 4:30. Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercyone.org.
Uh-oh. Looks like it's time to bring your vehicle into Gordy's Auto on Madison Avenue. Let Steve or one of his certified mechanics diagnose your car or truck's problems and get you back on the road. Just because your car started this morning doesn't mean it's not time for a checkup. Let them change the oil or perform other preventative maintenance to keep your vehicle running smooth. Stop in and see Steve at Gordy's on Madison Avenue, just before the Rock and Roll Dairy Bar. Call for an appointment and like him on Facebook.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
After the Ottumwa touchdown, the kickoff by Alejandro Yepes hugs the sideline but gets into the end zone first, so it is a touchback, and Des Moines Lincoln will take over first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. 7:07 to go opening quarter. Ottumwa scoring on the opening drive. 9 plays, 57 yards. Matt Mitchell, a 4-yard touchdown run, extra point good. 7-0 Bulldogs.
Lincoln will start first.
So Lincoln first and 10 from the 20. We get our first look at senior quarterback Jackson Lamb. They'll split 2 wides out to the left here on first down. Lamb in the shotgun. Gets a snap. Quick give over to left side, and Braylon Griffiths will break that play up for no gain. I'm guessing that was to Javon Sanders, their lead running back.
Tackle for loss by Chantalavan.
Chantalavan, Kobe Chantalavan in on the tackle as well. That's a loss of 2 back to the 18. Second down and 12. Ball on the left hash. Lincoln will send 2 wide to the right, the far side of the field. Lamb gets a snap. Another give and a bigger hole that time through the left side, but Camineri able to get there and stop that for just a short gain. Javon Sanders with his second carry gets 4 yards out to the 22, and it's third down and 8. Matt Payne also in on that stop for OHS. Third down and 8. Well, it'd be nice boost for Ottumwa to get a 3 and out after scoring on the opening drive. Lamb in the shotgun. Butters is the wing back to the right side. There's a snap. Back to passes. Lamb wants to go deep down the left side, and that ball is overthrown and out of bounds on the track. It was intended for Charlie Fucularo, and great coverage by Caden Hubble on the play. He was step for step with him. And it is fourth down. Lincoln's punter has been Fisher Wilson. These numbers are a little hard to read for Lincoln. You've got gray jerseys and maroon numbers.
Jones to punt.
Apparently it's perhaps Leo Jones back to punt. They said Jones anyway. He gets the punt off, kind of a high wobbler. Fair catch called for by Rominger. He'll take it at the Ottumwa 44, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over first down and 10. 5:46 to go opening quarter. Ottumwa 7, Lincoln nothing. Bulldogs with their second possession. And again, good field position. First drive started at the 43. This one at the 45. Ball on the right hash. Bulldog football brought to you by Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home, on the corner of Penn and Jeff in Ottumwa. Rominger wide right, short side of the field. Mitchell under center, first down and 10. Heminger in motion. Another give Maneri, big hole left side. Ooh, and then he got popped Boy, he had some running room, and then Leo Jones dropped him right around the 49-yard line. It's still a gain of about 4. But, boy, it looked like that run was going to go for a lot more. Maneri was following a blocker through the left side. Jones came over from his right and hit him hard from the side. It was a nice tackle. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the center of the field. Rominger wide right. Chantalov on the left wing back. Heminger on the right. Heminger in motion. Another give to Maneri. Picks his way left side. He's got a 1st down and more. He's inside the 45, inside the 40, and finally gang tackled at about the 38-yard line.
Tackle made by 17.
About a 13-yard carry that time down to the Rails 38. Yeah, make it 12 yards down to the 39. Boy, if this keeps up for Ottumwa, 2 things will be true tomorrow. 1, Maneri will have a ton of yards, and 2, Cam will be very sore. But he won't mind. 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Lincoln 39. 4:45 first quarter. Chantalov on motions. Counter to Heminger. Left side's got a hold. Breaks through inside the 30, and he's tackled from behind down inside the 25. There's that inside counter. The Bulldogs run so well. Heminger gets his chance at it and turns it into a big 1st down. That was only his 2nd carry of the season, and it goes all the way to the 25, a gain of 14. 1st and 10 Bulldogs on the march at the Lincoln 25. Ottumwa having a little bit of trouble getting the play in here. Still 11 on the play clock. Rominger goes wide right. Ottumwa is going to line up with 5. They got to hurry here. Chantalov on motions, pitch to him right, gets a good seal block from Heminger. He's to the right side, accelerates 20 to the 15, outside and driven out of bounds, but inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Bulldogs. It's hard to see. We're not that high up. Top of the bleachers not very high here. Try to see exactly where they mark this. Looks like it's at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal. So that's a gain of 16 for Chantalov. His 2nd big run. He's got 2 carries for 31 yards. 1st and goal Bulldogs at the Railsplitter 9-yard line. 3:30 and counting first quarter. Rominger wide to the right. Chantalov on motions right. Give to Maneri going left. Hit hard and dropped immediately. There's Leo Jones again with a big tackle.
Maneri on the carry, Jones on the tackle.
Short gain there, 2nd and goal. Leo Jones, 10 tackles, 2 sacks on the season, and he's popped Ottumwa a few times tonight. Gain of 1, 2nd and goal from the 8. Let's see what Ottumwa wants to dial up here. Bulldogs will send 2 wide to the left this time. You've got Rominger wide and Heminger in the slot. Mitchell, quick pitch out to Chantalov, trying to get to the edge. He's going to be hitting the backfield and drop for a loss. Breaking through that time was the defensive back, Harry Sturr. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 10 after a loss of 2. The timing on that play was a little bit off. Chantalov was not really facing the way he wanted to go when he caught that pitch, and he couldn't accelerate quickly enough. 3rd and goal. 2 wingback, single wide out. Inside counter to Chantalov, big hole, 10-5, touchdown. Ottumwa on the inside counter, 3rd and goal from the 10, and you could have driven a Mack truck through that hole. Great job by the offensive line. Chantalov in to score for the 2nd time this season, and the Bulldogs lead 13-0, 2:09 to go first quarter. Joel Hallgren will attempt the extra point if they bring the formation in, which they do. Left-footed kicker, Joe Gravy, the snapper, Matt Mitchell, the holder. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, kick is good. 14-0, back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
What do you look for when choosing a bank? One that's locally owned with fast and friendly service from neighbors who know your name? Are you looking for a bank that is growing and gives back to the communities it serves? Is the convenience of reliable online and mobile banking important to you? Do you need knowledgeable lending experts who make it easy and are empowered to say yes? We have it all at Iowa State Bank in Fairfield. Bank with us. myiowastatebank.com.
One kick fielded about the 5-yard line and fighting for yardage out to the 25. Trying to see who returned that for Des Moines Lincoln. Demarius Parker on the return. Chance Egbert given credit for that tackle, and with an even 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, Lincoln takes over first down and 10, but your Ottumwa Bulldogs have a 14-0 lead, 2 drives, 2 scores for OHS. Rails went 3 and out on their first possession. And now we'll get a second look at quarterback Jackson Lamb in the offense. 2 wide left. Single back in the backfield, Sanders on the left hip of Lamb in the shotgun. Gets a snap. Quick give to Sanders. He breaks a tackle. Fighting for yards. Cam Maneri basically pulled him down by his left arm at about the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play. Tyler Schaus helping out as well. It is 2nd down and 6. Lincoln wants to run the ball. They had 390 rushing yards in the win over East last week. Tom was up 14-0. The Bulldogs would love nothing more than to make that lead bigger and make Lincoln throw the ball. Lamb was 8 of 10 passing last week. Gets a snap, another give to Sanders. Tries to cut back, not a lot of room there. He battles for a yard before he meets Dylan Forney in the middle of that line. They give him 2 to the 31, and it's 3rd down and 4. Bulldogs doing a pretty good job of not getting pushed around in the center of that line. Ball on the right hash, 3rd and 4. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. The wide out to the right is their tight end, Leo Jones, split wide. Lamb with the snap. Back to pass. Left-handed thrower now steps up in the pocket, looks to run, scrambles out to the right. Got a huge block and a flag comes in. They're going to get a blindside block on Lincoln. Lamb scrambled for the first down out across the 35, but 2 flags flew. That is a big-time blindside block, and the call we should have gotten 2 weeks ago when Keokuk did it and they picked the flag up. I don't think this flag's getting picked up. I think this is going to be a 15-yard penalty. 2 different officials threw that flag, the side judge and the back judge. Our referee, he'll face the press box, personal foul, blindside block, Lincoln. Now, the player that I thought was going to catch Lamb shy of the first down for Ottumwa, I never saw the number because just as I was looking, he got obliterated. And again, you can't have that kind of block. I don't know if he could be a blindside or a crackback, but I think the rule says blindside anyway. It's a 15-yard penalty. And instead of a first down for Lincoln, it is 3rd down and 19. The ball all the way back. 3rd down and 16, I should say. The ball back at the 19-yard line. 2 wide left, wing back left on 3rd and long. Lamb the snap, rolling out to his left, trying to buy time, throws on the run, and it is intercepted! A diving interception by Javen Rominger inside the 30-yard line at the 29. Rominger's first pick of the year, and the Bulldogs are in business again. First down and 10 Ottumwa, 18 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And the ball sitting at the Rails 29-yard line. Well, you break off a big play here, you could be up 3 scores before the quarter's over. I could be wrong, but I don't think Ottumwa's going to put it in the air here. Why would you? You've run the ball at will on Lincoln so far. Honestly, I think you have just as much of a chance of breaking off a 29-yard run as you do a 29-yard pass, but we'll see. Chantalov on a motion, snap fumbled. Mitchell gives it on the reverse to Rominger. He's given up a ton of ground, but he accelerates, trying to get back at least to the line of scrimmage. Not quite there. He's run out of bounds with 9 seconds left in the half. That could have been a huge loss. The fumbled snap, I said reverse. It really would have been an end around. The ball never reversed, but the fumbled snap cost Ottumwa any chance of turning that into a positive play. Rominger did well just to lose 2. Second down and 12. Ball at the 31. Heminger in motion, give to Maneri up the middle, hit at the line, driving forward, broke a tackle, and he'll get down to about the 27-yard line. Final play of the first quarter, 14-0 Dogs, back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Five Hogs Barbecue, our journey began with a group of folks who simply love to barbecue, a path that persists with the belief that our ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and chicken should be just as delightful to order as they are to savor. And as far as we're concerned, it's a journey with no end in sight, except the vision of a barbecue spot that's always striving to do better. Join Five Hogs Barbecue Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. in the old Smoke and Bones building on 73rd Street in Agency. Like us on Facebook and message us to cater your next event. Come get you some goodness.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the second quarter. Ottumwa 14, Des Moines Lincoln nothing here at Hutchins Metro Stadium in Des Moines. Bulldogs have it 3rd down and 7 from the Lincoln 26. Heminger in motion. Rolling out as Mitchell steps up under heavy pressure. He'll be sacked. Boy, a play-action pass, but Matt Mitchell, as has been the case many times this season, never had time to throw. Back to the 31, a loss of 5. And it is 4th down. First time Ottumwa's gotten to a 4th down. It's 4th and 12 back at the 31. You're out of field goal range. You don't want to punt from the other team's 31. But this is a tough call here for Brian Goodman and the staff. Bulldogs will go for it. Wide out to either side. Back to pass Mitchell. Under pressure. That ball knocked loose. That's a loose ball. And it's going to be falling on. It doesn't matter who falls on it. Lincoln will have it on downs anyway if they didn't recover it. Mitchell and Chantalavan trying to figure out what went wrong there. Boy, Ottumwa had that interception, 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 29. They'll end up turning it over on downs or on a fumble. I'm not sure which. But either way, all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Looks like it was Sakayama who came up with the fumble.
Loss of 9 on the play and a lost fumble. So it'll be a turnover too. Lincoln with its best field position, 1st and 10 at their own 40. 11:08 to go second quarter. Ottumwa leading 14-0. 2 wide right. Lamb in the pistol with Sanders on his right hip. Wing back left is Butters. There's a snap. Quick give to Sanders right up the middle, and he plows his way
Hand off to Sanders.
into both Maneri. And there's somebody for Ottumwa who wears a different number in the white jerseys than he does. No, wait, that's Matt Payne. I take that back. That's Payne. Gain of 4 to the 44, 2nd down and 6. Lamb with the snap again. Another give to Sanders, this time to the right. Trying to get to the edge. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle down the sideline. Griffith's able to catch him from behind, but he's inside the 30 of Ottumwa. Javon Sanders putting Lincoln in business there with the outside run.
Finally brought down by Griffiths.
Gain of 26 on the play down to the Ottumwa 30. Biggest play of the night for Lincoln. 1st and 10, Rails on the right hash of the Ottumwa 30-yard line. Single wide out to the left here. One to the right. Wing back to the right. Now the receiver right in motion. It's an end around. And there's no around just the end as Ottumwa's going to knock that down for a loss. Braylon Griffiths first in there. Caden Hubble helped him clean up. That carry was for Aaron Guerrero. But now we have an Ottumwa player down, and that's Matt Payne. The Ottumwa defensive end injured on the play. Hopefully not too serious, but the trainer taking a look at him. Brian Coulter is going to enter the game, but Payne's up on his feet, so hopefully not too serious. Looks like they called that a loss of 2 for Guerrero, back to the 32. 9:48 to go here in the second quarter. Second down and 12 for Lincoln. Both teams are huddling, but the officials say, nope, you got to get back and play. For Guerrero, that was his 6th rush of the year, so they will use that end around from time to time. But that time, Braylon Griffiths made sure there was no going around. Bulldog defense needs to step up here after that drive went awry, and they turned it over. 2 wide left, wing back right. Bulldogs show blitz. There's a snap. And the handoff fumble. Balls loose. Ottumwa's got it. The exchange between Lamb and Sanders was bobbled, and it's Braylon Griffiths to fall on the fumble, and Ottumwa gets it right back. They'll mark it at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 Bulldogs. So now the last 3 drives have ended in turnovers. Ottumwa picked off a pass. Bulldogs fumbled it away on 4th down. Lincoln fumbles it back on 2nd down. Single wide left, 1st and 10. Motioning Chantalavon. Give to the full. Nope, keeping it was Mitchell. Breaking tackles, fumbled it, but it's picked up by Chantalavon. He'll be ripped down at about the 41-yard line. So Mitchell faked the give to the fullback, kept it, was getting hit, tried to pitch it to Chantalavon. The ball landed on the turf. Kobe picked it up, got another couple yards. So that turns into a 6-yard gain. I think technically you're supposed to score that as maybe 3 yards for Mitchell and then 3 yards for Chantalavon. We'll just give it to Kobe for 6 because I don't know how to note that. 2nd down and 4. Single wide to the right, ball on the right hash. Heminger in motion. Give to the fullback, and that's Ockenfeld's big hole, 45-50, 45-40. The safety gets him down inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. Blake Butter saved the touchdown. Mark it at the 37, I should say. Gain of 22 for the number 2 fullback for Ottumwa. Justin Ockenfeld's his first carry of the year. Chantalavon motion, snap fumbled, and Mitchell falls on it. Boy, that's been a problem this year. Now that's every game where Ottumwa's had multiple fumbled quarterback center exchanges. Matt loses a yard back to the 38-yard line, 2nd down and 11. You lose it down and lose a yard, and you lose momentum when that happens, even when you get on it. Of course, the worst-case scenario is that you don't fall on it. Rominger wide left. Griffiths a tight end on the right side. Ockenfeld still the fullback. Chantalavon in motion. Option left. Pitch out to Chantalavon. He's trying to break a tackle. He's not going to get out of the backfield. Lincoln strung that play out pretty well. Blake Butters on the stop. They'll mark it at the 39, another loss of 1, and it's 3rd down and 12. 7:16 second quarter, 14-0 Ottumwa. Bulldogs again in Lincoln territory, but for the second drive in a row, they're going backwards in Rails territory. It's a throwing down, you would think, for Ottumwa, but every time Mitchell's dropped back to pass, he hasn't been able to get a pass off under too much pressure. Single wide out on 3rd down. Mitchell is back to pass, going deep for his tight end. Griffiths couldn't make the catch, might have been deflected at the last moment. As getting a hand on there, Judd Dietrich. Looked like maybe Griffiths was still going to bring it in, but the deflection caused it to fall just out of his reach, and it's 4th down. That ended up being the first pass that Mitchell threw in this game, and he did have protection that time, and now the Bulldogs will punt. Chantalavon just inside his own 50. Gets a snap, and the kick is blocked, and Lincoln's got a chance to pick this up. Ball is still loose, and Lincoln falls on it at the Ottumwa 34-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Boy, Ottumwa's lucky that didn't go for a touchdown. I don't know if they credited the block or the recovery to Sachiyama. But whoever the first Lincoln player was to go after that ball, looked like for a moment he could pick it up and run it in. Chantalavon caught him from behind and tackled him, actually made him miss the ball. 1st down and 10 for Lincoln at the Ottumwa 34. Bulldogs still lead 14-0. Wingback motions to the right side. Lamb, the quarterback, gets a snap, give to Sanders. Trying to pick his way through the right side, found a hole, got inside the 30. And down to about the 29, that'd be a gain of 5 if that's where they mark it.
Positive yardage. Tackle made by Chantalavon.
Kobe Chantalavon in on the stop, 2nd down and 5. Boy, Ottumwa scored on the first 2 drives out to a 14-0 lead. They've had 2 straight drives die in Lincoln territory and die in really bad ways. A fumble for loss of yardage on 4th down, and then a punt block that lost a ton of yardage last time. 2nd down and 5. Lamb, another give to Sanders up the middle, found a hole into the secondary. Tackled by Chantalavon and Matt Payne, who is back in the game, but a 1st down run for Sanders. Let's see where they mark it. Down to the 20. Gain of 9. 1st and 10, Lincoln on the edge of the red zone. First time they've gotten the ball this far down the field. 5:45 and counting 2nd quarter, 14-0 Ottumwa, but the Rails starting to get some momentum. See if the Bulldogs can raise up in the red zone here. 2 wide left, wing back right. Sanders on the left hip of Lamb. There's a snap, another give to Sanders. He's got a hole right side, stumbles, and that might have saved Ottumwa as much as anything because that hole was opening up on the right side. Following a blocker. As it is, a gain of 7 down to the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 3. And Lincoln starting to carve some holes in that Ottumwa defense. Same formation, 2 wide left, wing back right. Snap to Lamb. Play action, back pass over the middle, caught, touchdown. I'm guessing that was the wing back Butters.
Touchdown pass. Jackson Lamb to Blake Butters.
Blake Butters on the catch, 13-yard reception. And Lincoln can make it 14-7 if they convert the extra point. It will be Coralie Buckland to attempt the extra point. She's 2 of 2 on the season. Right-footed kicker. 4:52 to go in the half. Good snap, good hold, kick up. Kick is low, and no good. 14-6, back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Line X of Ottumwa, we know your truck is much more than a vehicle to you. Whether you use it for work or play, a Line X spray-applied bedliner is ready for the long haul. Line X provides unmatched protection with a nationwide lifetime warranty. Want more for your truck? Line X carries accessories from WeatherTech, Bach Industry, Truxedo, Truck Gear, Lux, and Luverne Truck Accessories. The right parts and accessories to make your truck your truck. Everything is possible at Line X of Ottumwa.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
short kickoff bounces behind Chantalvan. He slips trying to reverse field and falls down. Boy, momentum has switched sidelines for the moment. Let's see if Ottumwa can get it back. They still lead Lincoln 14-6, 4:49 to go until halftime. First down and 10 for Ottumwa at their own 23. Lincoln scoring drive, 4 plays, 29 yards, minute 53 up the clock. Jackson Lamb, a 13-yard touchdown pass to Blake Butters. Extra point was no good. So Ottumwa leads by 8. Ottumwa's got to stop making mistakes. Fumbled snaps, blocked punt. First down play, give to Maneri, trying to get around the right side, nothing there. Broke one tackle, but he is swarmed under and wrapped up. At best, no gain.
Brought down by a host of Railsplitters.
Second down and long. Boy, Ottumwa was just carving up Lincoln early, but right now you feel like momentum's wearing the dark gray jerseys. One play can change it, though. Second down and 10. Rominger wide right. Chantalvan left wing back. Heminger on the right. Mitchell. Another give to Maneri, and he was hit immediately. Boy, Ottumwa's just not blocking the point of attack well right now. David Simmons on the stop from his nose guard spot.
That's for 50. David Simons in on the hit.
So Simons the stop. It was a gain of 2, so it's 3rd and 8 from the 25. Boy, you'd hate to give the ball back to Lincoln with this much time left in the half. Chance Egbert is checked in for Ottumwa. He's wide right. Chantalvan slot right. Rominger wide left. Mitchell back to pass. Throws left. Wide receiver screen caught by Rominger. Got to make a couple men miss. Dances to his right. Does make a couple guys miss, but he's going to be shy of the first down by a couple of yards.
Pass was complete from Mitchell to Rominger.
They'll mark it at the 29. It'll be 4th down and 3. Boy, that pass was a little farther behind the line than it needed to be. And that meant that the blockers kind of got further downfield and allowed Lincoln a chance to get in there. So now Chantalvan back to punt. The Bulldogs got to protect this one better than the last one. Good snap. Heavy rush, gets it away, kind of a wobbler. Going to bounce and kind of stay still at the Lincoln 47. That's where Tyler Schaus downs it with 2:38 to go. 14-6 Ottumwa, but Lincoln with a chance to drive and tie the game before halftime. Officially mark it at the 48-yard line. Ottumwa defense got to pick it up here. 2 wide left, wing back right. Jackson Lamb, the quarterback, just threw his 4th touchdown pass of the year. Handoff to Javon Sanders. Not a lot of room to the right side that time. Tackle by Braylon Griffiths. Gain of 2 to the 50, 2nd down and 8. Bulldogs are a bigger line. They should eventually be able to wear down Lincoln, but it's looked like the opposite in this quarter. Same formation on 2nd down. Another give to Mitchell back to pass. Under pressure, being chased by Payne. Rolling left. Throws on the run. And a leaping catch by Leo Jones at the 40. He's tackled at the 35.
First down.
In coverage on the play was Brandon Flattery, but he didn't get his head turned around in time. He tried to deflect it, but the leap was late.
Flag down.
There is a flag down. It's in the secondary, but not as far downfield as where the catch was made by Jones, so hold everything here. Ineligible man downfield on Lincoln, and it's coming back. Well, when your quarterback rolls out like that and scrambles, sometimes your linemen forget that they need to stay back. So instead of a big gain, and that would have been a 15-yard gain, they're going to mark off 10 yards. I don't think they remember where the ball was. It should be 10 from the 50. They marked 10 from the 48. Now, that benefits Ottumwa, but that's 2 yards further back than it should be because it was 2nd and 8 from the 50. Now it's 2nd and 20, and I think maybe the side judge and the head linesman have figured out that this ball is 2 yards further back than it should be. It's 2:01 to go until halftime, and the side judge and head linesman are over talking to our referee. Interest of fairness here. Obviously, if the ball's at the 38 instead of the 40, it's a little bit better for the Ottumwa defense, but it was a second down play from the 50, so it should be back at the 40. Now, the down marker says 1, but it is second down. That's... Okay, well, now what they've done is they've marked off 5 yards instead of 10. Okay, that's right. Ineligible downfield's only 5 yards. That was the other thing I was wondering about. I didn't have a chance to get to that point. They changed the down marker to 2, but it's still 2 yards. It's now 2 yards further back than it should be. I wonder if Lincoln head coach Dwayne Mathis, he's talking to the officials on his side of the field. I don't know if he's aware. Ball should be at the 40, or should be at the 45, but they're going to snap it from the 43. So it's second down and 15, 2:01 to go. Lamb gets a snap, he's back to pass. Looking downfield, throws it deep downfield. Defender fell down, ball was way overthrown, and Rominger couldn't make the catch. The receiver fell down, I should say. And it'll be third down. Aaron Guerrero, the intended receiver. Third down and 15. Well, if Ottumwa can just keep the ball in front of the chains here, they can get the stop they need before halftime. And if Lincoln were to throw an incompletion, the Bulldogs could get the ball back with more than a minute and a half to go and have all their timeouts. Nobody's called a timeout in this game. Wideouts either side on third down. Lamb back to pass. Here comes the heavy rush. He is sacked by Braylon Griffiths inside the 35, or put it at the 35-yard line. Griffiths on the blitz came untouched, and he blows that play up before it ever got going. I'm surprised Ottumwa's not calling timeout here. Now they do. Timeout Ottumwa. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The secret is out. You're invited to see the all-new scoring system at Champion Bowl.
The first bowling alley in Iowa to have the new Bowler Entertainment System.
Animated and themed scoring grids and backgrounds.
It keeps score for a variety of game types.
There's classic bowling, of course, as well as Build the Monster, Bowling Hood, Battle of the Lanes, and more.
You can also video chat with any of the staff right from your bowling station.
Come experience the brand new Champion Bowl in Ottumwa,
where bowling is now awesome.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
First time out of the game brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Fourth down, minute 37 to go until halftime. Lincoln in punt formation. Javen Rominger back deep for Ottumwa. Punts away, kind of a sidewinder. It's going to land short at the 40, take a Lincoln bounce inside the 35, and it will roll dead at about the 33-yard line. And the Bulldogs will have a minute 26 and 2 timeouts, leading 14-6. How aggressive do you want to be here from your own 32? You've got the lead, and you do get the ball. No, you do not get the ball to start the second half. Ottumwa had the opening drive of the game where they scored. If you're going to throw, you better make sure that pass protection is there. You got 2 wide left, Rominger out wide, Heminger in the slot. Chantalavan wing back on the left side. Mitchell. Handoff right side for Chantalavan. Big hole, he's clear. 45-50, beats the angle, he's going to go. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Kobe Chantalavan, 68 yards. The Bulldogs strike in a hurry, and they're back to a 2-score lead. Boy, the seas just parted for Chantalavan, and he was way too fast for anybody to catch him or cut down the angle. His second touchdown of the night, his third of the season. And Ottumwa didn't need the whole clock, nor did they need their timeouts. 20-6, Holgren on to try that left-footed extra point. Gravy the snapper, Mitchell the holder. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, kick is good. 21-6, back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I'm Kyle with Kyle Hobbs Allstate Insurance. Our Allstate office has been serving this community for 25 plus years. In our office, we focus on what matters the most, and that's you as the customer. I have a fully licensed team who focuses on what truly matters in finding you the best insurance coverage to fit your family's ever-changing needs. Not only will we help you explore your options, but we help you explain the details of your policy so that you understand your coverage. Remember, you're in good hands with Kyle Hobbs Allstate.
Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates. A lot of things in this world just don't make sense. Like why we drive on a parkway, but park in a driveway? It's just not logical. And when it comes to something as important as your vehicle, you need things to make sense. You can rely on Jonathan and the crew at Vice Transmission on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa. They're the logical choice for transmissions, but they also do brakes, tune-ups, mechanical repair, and more. The next time you need maintenance, transmission, or auto repairs done, contact Vice Transmission. They are more than a transmission shop.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
On the kickoff, Yepes kicks it downfielded at the 10-yard line, and only getting out to about the 15-yard line is Demarius Parker. Tackled by, I think, Caden Hubble on the play. 1:09 to go until halftime. Ottumwa 21, Lincoln 6. Bulldogs one-play, 68-yard drive. Kobe Chantalavan took the handoff, went around the right side. He was gone. 11-second drive. Extra point good by Holgren. 21-6 Bulldogs. Lincoln first down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. 1:09 to go. Lincoln has all of its timeouts, but I don't know how aggressive they want to be. After they just got punched in the mouth there, we'll see. Two wide right, wing back left. Lamb in the shotgun. Hand off to Sanders left side. Had a blocker, but not going to get a lot there. He is driven hard to the ground by a host of Bulldog tacklers. Tyler Schaus was in there first and had some help. And the Rails will call timeout. It's brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
You work hard to build the life you want. Your internet should do the same for you. Get all of your telecommunications needs from Lisco, including the most competitive pricing and highest quality data services. Every home, every business, every step of the way. Serving you from right here in your local hometown communities. Call me, Samantha Knoll, your Lisco sales and account manager for all of your telecommunications needs. 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bulldog football brought to you by Bridge City Realty, your Ottumwa and surrounding area real estate pros for buying or selling property. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's trusted experts. 58 seconds left in the half, 21-6 Bulldogs. Des Moines Lincoln second down and 7 from their own 18-yard line. Two wide right, wing back left. Lamb has Sanders on his right hip. Play action back to pass. Deep down the middle, leaping catch by Blake Butters, and he falls forward all the way to about the 35-yard line. Second catch for Butters, 17 yards. And Lincoln trying to hurry up here. Clock stopped for a moment to move the chains. Now it starts again. Back to pass is Lamb. Throws it left side. Caught in the flat by Leo Jones, a tight end. Hit immediately by Brandon Flattery for just a 5-yard gain, and Lincoln will use its second timeout. Brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Back in 30 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
What do you look for when choosing a bank? One that's locally owned with fast and friendly service from neighbors who know your name? Are you looking for a bank that is growing and gives back to the communities it serves? Is the convenience of reliable online and mobile banking important to you? Do you need knowledgeable lending experts who make it easy and are empowered to say yes? We have it all at Iowa State Bank in Fairfield. Bank with us. myiowastatebank.com.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
34 seconds to go in the half. Lincoln second down and 5 from their own 40. They have one timeout left. Ottumwa leading 21-6. Lamb the snap. Play action. He's hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Intended on the play for Aaron Guerrero. Little out in front of him. Rominger on the coverage. Third down and 5. Clock stops 29 seconds. That ball was thrown into traffic. Kind of a deep crossing route. Bulldogs had good quick pressure that time. Might have been John Harden. Wasn't sure. It was a flash of white coming at Jackson Lamb. Two wide right, one left, I should say. Third down. He's back to pass. Here comes the blitz. Rolls out to his left under heavy pressure. Throws on the run. Tipped it incomplete. Knocked away by Caden Hubble. And it is fourth down with 22 seconds left. There is a flag down, though. Are they going to get Ottumwa for roughing the passer? I watched the ball go downfield, but it looks like, and that's what they call roughing the passer. I thought Lamb was getting hit as he threw the ball. Dylan Forney is walking back to his huddle, shaking his head. Again, I didn't see after the ball was released. But that keeps this drive alive with 22 seconds left and moves it all the way to the Ottumwa 45. That's one I'd probably have to see a replay of to know whether it was a good call or not. If it was the initial contact, I'd say no, because it looked like the hit happened just as he released the ball. But anyway, two wide right, one left, snap back, empty backfield. Lamb deep down the left side, jump ball. Intercepted! Koma Chantolo at the 20-yard line. Bulldogs' second interception of the game, and that'll stuff the drive.
Interception for Chantolo.
Kobe's first of the year, his fourth of his career. 12 seconds left in the half for Ottumwa. Can't imagine they'll do a whole lot with it here. 1st and 10 from their own 21 is where he was tackled. Bulldogs will line up in a normal formation here. Let's see if they run something. There's a snap. Inside counter, Chantalavan. He's got a hole up the middle, out across the 30. That's enough for a first down. 6 seconds left. Ottumwa will take its second timeout. Brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Birthdays, ladies' night out, bachelor or bachelorette party, sports team, no matter what your special event or sport, at Graphics Masters, we can make you stand out. We offer custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, and more. We even make custom signage for your event. It's all here under one roof. We even offer auto detailing as well. Like Graphics Masters on Facebook to see some of our quality work, or stop into the shop located on Albee Road across from the BP. Graphics Masters, we print your words.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
First down and 10, 6 seconds to go. Ball in the Ottumwa 32. This is where Chantalavan scored from last time. Mitchell back to pass. Deep down the right side, intercepted. Back the other way. Down to the 20, trying to cut back. Caught from behind by Heminger as time expires. Demarius Parker with the pick, and boy, it looked for a moment like he was going to run that back for a touchdown. But thankfully, he was slowed down by Mitchell and then tackled at about the 5-yard line by Heminger. Brandon Heminger saves a disastrous end of the first half. It is 21-6 Ottumwa. We'll take 3 minutes, come back and begin the Bulldog halftime show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Talking with someone about suicide or suicidal thoughts can be hard, but sometimes it's a necessary conversation to have. If you're concerned about someone and you've noticed a drastic change in behavior, ask the person directly if they are considering suicide. Research shows that asking the question directly helps the suicidal person feel at ease and less alone. For more information, call Southern Iowa Mental Health Center 24 hours a day, 844-430-8520.
For excellence in auto body work and paint jobs, there is only one place to go, R&K Body Pros. They pride themselves on being a local business who puts their customers first. Not only do they do quality work, they do estimates, insurance jobs, and will work with clients on deductibles. If you are in an accident, see R&K Body Pros to get your car back to normal. They work with all insurances, making sure you're happy with your outcome. Excellence is what you can expect when you work with R&K Body Pros at 315 East 2nd Street in downtown Ottumwa.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
A-Plus Services Plumbing and HVAC takes care of your home. A-Plus Services offers multiple services under one roof. They offer residential and commercial installation of plumbing, heating, and air conditioning units in Ottumwa, Fairfield, and the surrounding areas. From new construction to replacement of your existing unit, A-Plus Services can help. Ask them about available financing options. Contact A-Plus Services for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning installation services. Se habla español, your authorized local York dealer.
At Line X of Ottumwa, we know your truck is much more than a vehicle to you. Whether you use it for work or play, a Line X spray-applied bed liner is ready for the long haul. Line X provides unmatched protection with a nationwide lifetime warranty. Want more for your truck? Line X carries accessories from WeatherTech, Bach Industry, Truxedo, Truck Gear, Lux, and Luverne Truck Accessories. The right parts and accessories to make your truck your truck. Everything is possible at Line X of Ottumwa.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We are at halftime at Ottumwa High Football, 12:40 a.m., 102.7 FM KBIZ, live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Good first half for your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the road here at Des Moines Lincoln, leading the Rails 21-6. Bulldogs took the opening kickoff and went straight down the field, 9 plays, all on the ground, 57 yards, 4 minutes, 49 seconds. And it was Matt Mitchell, the quarterback, with a 4-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0 Bulldogs. Ottumwa forced a 3-and-out, then went right down the field again. This time, 9 plays, 55 yards in 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Kobe Chantalavan, a 10-yard touchdown run, and it was 14-0. Bulldogs would pick off Lincoln quarterback Jackson Lamb on the next series, and it looked like Ottumwa might start to run away with it, but then the Bulldogs went backwards from the Lincoln 29, fumbled it away on 4th down. Lincoln would fumble it right back, but then Ottumwa would go in reverse again, then have a punt blocked and recovered all the way back at their own 34-yard line, and the Rails took advantage of that. They went 4 plays and 29 yards in 1:53, and they scored on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Lamb to Blake Butters. The extra point was no good. That made it 14-6 in favor of Ottumwa with 4:52 to go in the second quarter by that point. Bulldogs would have to punt. They would force a Lincoln punt. And then with 1:26 left and 2 timeouts, Ottumwa took over at its own 32. They didn't need the timeouts because on the first play, Kobe Chantalavan broke off a 68-yard touchdown run, second score of the night, and that made it 21-6. Bulldogs would pick off Lamb a second time But then Ottumwa, with only 6 seconds left from its own 32, tried to go deep down the right side. That pass by Matt Mitchell was picked off by Demarius Parker, and it looked for a moment like he would return it for a touchdown to stun Ottumwa at the half, but Brandon Heminger caught him from behind at the 6-yard line and kept the Bulldogs in front by 15 points. So 21-6 is the halftime score. Right now, we'll take our 10-minute timeout. Radio side, we'll get you Radio Iowa News, Radio Iowa Sports, and we'll be back in 10 minutes with the halftime stats on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Why do people love bench warmers? It starts with the best wings. Never frozen, with 22 different wing sauces. Or you can enjoy our loaded menu that includes tasty sandwiches, daily homemade soups, daily specials, appetizers, pizza complete with wonderful service. Benchwarmers' delicious food, the best wings, and fun atmosphere makes it a wonderful place to enjoy with family, coworkers, and friends. Benchwarmers, the area's go-to eating destination in Ottumwa.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
At Five Hogs Barbecue, our journey began with a group of folks who simply love to barbecue, a path that persists with the belief that our ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and chicken should be just as delightful to order as they are to savor. And as far as we're concerned, it's a journey with no end in sight, except the vision of a barbecue spot that's always striving to do better. Join Five Hogs Barbecue Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. in the old Smoke and Bones building on 73rd Street in Agency. Like us on Facebook and message us to cater your next event. Come get you some goodness.
Birthdays, ladies' night out, bachelor or bachelorette party, sports team, no matter what your special event or sport, at Graphics Masters, we can make you stand out. We offer custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, koozies, and more. We even make custom signage for your event. It's all here under one roof. We even offer auto detailing as well. Like Graphics Masters on Facebook to see some of our quality work, or stop into the shop located on Albee Road across from the BP. Graphics Masters, we print your words.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High football, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Getting close to the start of the second half, Ottumwa leading Des Moines Lincoln 21-6. First half stats for you for Ottumwa. Individually, well, actually, we'll do the team stats first. 206 rushing yards, 4 passing yards, so 210 total yards. Individually, Kobe Chantalavan, 8 carries, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Cam Maneri, 12 carries, 58 yards. Justin Ockenfels, 1 carry, 22 yards. Brandon Hemiger, 1 carry, 14 yards. Matt Mitchell, 5 carries, -5 yards, but he does have a touchdown run. Javen Rominger, 1 rush for -2 yards. Rominger also has 1 catch for 4 yards. Mitchell passing, 1 of 3, 4 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Des Moines Lincoln, only 51 rushing yards, 35 passing yards, so 86 total. Individually, Javon Sanders, 11 carries, 64 yards. Jackson Lamb, 2 carries, -11 yards. Aaron Guerrero, 1 carry, -2 yards. Receiving, Blake Butters, 2 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Leo Jones, 1 catch, 5 yards. Lamb passing, 3 of 8, 35 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Those picks were by Javen Rominger and Kobe Chantalavan. Bulldogs will kick off to begin the second half. Remember, they received the opening half kickoff and scored on the opening drive. Ottumwa has dominated most of this game. There was a stretch in the second quarter there where the Bulldogs were mistake-prone, and the Lincoln touchdown came off a blocked punt that set them up at the Ottumwa 34. As long as Ottumwa's had control of the field position, they've been fine. Alejandro Yepes will kick it off, left to right as we look at it. Beautiful evening. I didn't get the kickoff temperature, but we're at about 65 degrees right now and little to no wind. Yepes with the ball on the right hash of the 40, puts his right foot to the leather, a sidewinder that'll bounce at the 20, fielded at the 15, left side up to the center, over to the right, 25, trying to get outside and brought down by Tyler Schaus. Good tackle in the open field there by the sophomore.
Returned by
Demarius Parker on the return.
18, Tyler Schaus.
First down and 10 for Des Moines Lincoln. They will officially mark it at the 27-yard line. Jackson Lamb has thrown 2 interceptions. He's got 2 wide to the left. His wingback is on the right. Javon Sanders on his left hip. Lamb gets a snap. Hand off to Sanders. Right side with some room. Out across the 30. And we'll see where they mark it over there on the far side. They'll put it down at the 32-yard line, so that's a gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up for Lincoln. If you're thinking from the Rails perspective, you're down 2 scores, start of the second half. You don't have to abandon the run, certainly. But it feels like a critical drive for them here. Same formation on 2nd and 5. Lamb with the snap. Another give to Sanders, right side. Breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, has a first down and more. Ushered out of bounds over there by Braylon Griffiths.
Pushed out of bounds by Chantalavan.
Chantalavan over there as well, but that'll move the chains. First down and 10 Lincoln. They say he stepped out at the 38-yard line, so that's only a gain of 6. Looked like he was going to get more. Lincoln again will split 2 wide left, wing back to the right. Lincoln, different formations. Actually, the wing back's on the left. Different formations in Ottumwa, but a similar philosophy. Now they give to Sanders up the middle, big hole, into the secondary, tripped up at midfield, finally brought down by the safety, Javen Rominger, but a 12-yard run, and another Rails first down. Lincoln will just keep handing off, and then try to surprise you with the pass as long as they stay ahead of the chains. This time 2 wide go to the right. The wingback, Blake Butters on the left. Butters had the touchdown catch for Lincoln in the first half. Lamb gives to Sanders around the left side, and he had another hole dragged down by Matt Payne, but inside the 45 down to the 44. It's the Javon Sanders show to start this third quarter for Lincoln. Gain of 6, second down and 4. Ottumwa early in this third quarter getting shoved off the ball a little bit by the Lincoln line. They have not been able to do that consistently in this game, but they're doing it right now. They'll send 3 wide to the right here on 2nd and 5. Lamb with a hard count, and he got the entire Ottumwa defensive line to jump. That was a problem in the first game against Keokuk. I don't think we had that issue last week, but Bulldogs called for encroachment.
First down Rails.
And that'll give Lincoln a first down at the Ottumwa 39. Now 2 wide left. Wing back to the wide side of the field. Sanders handoff up the middle, bounces off a tackler, and then runs into another one. Roman Laux was being blocked and shoved him back 2 yards. And then I want to say it was Matt Payne who made the stop for no gain. At the 39, 2nd down and 10. But it was Laux he ran into first. Laux had 2 defenders' hands on him, but he still bowled his way into the backfield there. That's the kind of play Ottumwa needs. 2nd down and 10. 2 wide right, wide side of the field. Handoff Sanders around the left side, has some room and drags a tackler out of bounds. That's Cam Maneri who ushered him to the sideline.
Goes to Sanders.
They'll mark it down to the 34, I believe. That's a gain of 5. 3rd down and 5 here from the Ottumwa 34. And you got to think, unless Lincoln loses a bunch of yards here, you got to think this is 4-down territory. 2 wide to the right, wing back left. Ottumwa has had trouble on these sweeps to the left. There's a snap. There's Sanders going left. Cuts inside a tackler, but he can't get away from Dylan Forney, who did not get fooled that time. Got him around the ankles. It's a gain of maybe 1. We'll see where they put it down. It is a gain of 1 to the 33, and it is 4th down and 4. And no waiting for a decision here by Des Moines Lincoln. They will go for it. Under 8.5 to go, third quarter. 4th and 4 from the Ottumwa 33. Big play here. Bulldogs leading 21-6. 2 wide left, short side of the field. Wing back to the right. They may try to bounce this wide. We'll see. There's a snap. It's a handoff to Sanders. He's got a whole right side. He's got the first down and more all the way down near the 25-yard line. Just that same simple sweep to the right. Ottumwa had sniffed it out on 3rd down, but not on 4th down. They'll set it down to the 26 officially. A gain of 7 on 4th down and 4. 1st and 10 Rails as they continue to march. Bulldogs got to find some way to knife into the backfield and hit Sanders before he gets going. Now they'll motion the wing back to the right. There's a snap. Lamb back to pass. Here comes the rush. It's a screen pass, but falling down was Javon Sanders, and the pass sail's incomplete.
Lamb incomplete. Intended for Sanders.
Boy, all of a sudden you saw 3 white jerseys free to the quarterback, and you realize that's going to be a screen. But I don't know if Sanders tripped over something or if the pass was so errant that he fell down trying to reach for it. Either way, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Lincoln kind of gave it down away right there. Tight end and wing back on the right, 2 wide left. At tight end, Leo Jones has been blocking really well. Handoff to Sanders, cut inside, 1 tackler, tried to bounce it outside, hanging on to his ankles, and not letting go is Braylon Griffiths.
By Sanders, brought down by Griffiths.
Got him down for just a 1-yard gain, and it is 3rd down and 9. And that's the kind of play Ottumwa's been needing to make on this drive. Griffiths makes it here. Again, you're looking at almost certain 4-down territory, unless Lincoln really loses a lot of yards. Wideouts go to the left. Wing back and tight end to the right. Sanders on the left hip of Lamb. 3rd down and 9. Snap, play action, back to pass. Has all the time in the world over the middle. Caught. 1st down and more. That's Butters and wing back again. His 3rd catch.
1st down.
Down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. A gain of 12. Well, you'd think Ottumwa would start recognize Butters coming out of the backfield there. 3rd and long. Well, I'm a little surprised the play action fooled Ottumwa there. And now Lincoln in the red zone, 1st and 10. 2 wide right, wing back left. There's a snap, give to Sanders, left side, doesn't have a lot of room, spins to fall forward and get to the 10. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. This is a long drive. We're almost halfway through the third quarter, 6:18 and counting. 2nd and 7 for Lincoln from the Ottumwa 10. Lincoln breaks the huddle. Plenty of time on the play clock. Wideouts go to the left, tight end and wing back to the right. Lamb with the snap. And they fumble the handoff. They were trying to hit an inside counter. Did the Bulldogs fall on it? Yes, they did. And Lincoln shoots themselves in the foot. They tried to get a little cute there. They were going to fake the give to the right to Sanders and hand it, I think, to Butters, a wingback, coming on a different version of the inside counter we see Ottumwa run. But the handoff was fumbled, and Ottumwa recovers it at the 11. That's the second fumbled handoff by Jackson Lamb. And Ottumwa takes over, 5:57 to go in the third quarter at their own 11, leading 21-6. Handoff up the middle. Fullback Camineri trying to plow his way ahead for 4 yards to the 15. 2nd down and 6. Counting down to 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Lincoln took half the quarter on that opening drive and ended up turning it over. That's their 4th turnover of the night, 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. Rominger wide left on 2nd and 6. Matt Mitchell under center. Wing back motions. And it's a give to Maneri. Breaks a tackle right side. Doesn't get a lot, though. As he stopped. If they give him the 16, it's just a yard. Now they'll give him the 17, it's 2. So 3rd down and 4. Right hash, Ottumwa 17-yard line. Got to get to the 21. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 21-6 Bulldogs. Will Ottumwa be in any way aggressive here, or do you play it safe? Ottumwa hasn't played a perfect game. Lincoln's made more mistakes, but the Bulldogs have made a couple, and you're in a position here where you definitely do not want to make a mistake. 5 seconds as Mitchell comes under center on the play clock. Gets a snap, gives it to Mary left side, breaks a tackle, keeps his feet, first down and more up the middle. He broke that tackle, earned that first down, and he's all the way out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. If he'd been stopped on that initial hit, Ottumwa would be punting, but Cam Maneri, with that great strength of his, fights his way for a first down. So 1st down and 10 Bulldogs, a gain of 11. And Maneri's starting to creep a little closer to that 100-yard mark. 2 wide left. And Chantalov on the wingback left side. Mitchell under center. Gets a snap. Counter to Chantalov, has a hole up the middle. Cuts it outside, breaks a tackle, and he's spun down across the 35 to the 36. Maybe the 37, just shy of a first down. Gain of 9.
Tackled by Butters.
Blake Butters in on the stop. 2nd and 1 for Ottumwa here. Leading 21-6. Some teams here might try a deep shot. I don't know, if you're Ottumwa here, you're running the ball well, you've got momentum. I would just keep it on the ground, keep trying to pound this Lincoln defensive line and wear them down. We'll see what they do. They'll go again, 2 wide left. Hemminger's in the slot, Rominger out wide. Mitchell under center. Gets a snap. It's a quick give to Ockenfels. He's got a whole left side out across the 40. And Justin Ockenfels has a Bulldog first down. Give him the 42-yard line, gain of 5 for the number 2 fullback. Bulldogs will bring in their number 2 tight end, Parker Derby, for this play. Braylon Griffiths deserves a bit of a rest. He has been a workhorse both ways tonight. 1st and 10 Ottumwa at their own 42. 2:48 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs ahead by 15. Chantalov motions. Pitch to him on the right. Can they block it for him? Well, there's a flag. Chantalov's across the 50 and ushered out of bounds into Lincoln territory, but I believe this one's coming back. The referee threw it from behind. And I think Ottumwa's going to get called for a hold here. That one hurts. Although you could probably argue that if there wasn't a hold, Kobe wouldn't have had that big of an alley to run in. Brian Coulter, ever the helpful offensive lineman, actually picked up the flag and handed it back to the referee. But this is 10 yards on the penalty. They'll repeat first down, but now first down and 20. Ball back to the 32-yard line. 2:38 and counting. Actually, the clock should have stopped because Chantalivon went out of bounds, but it's almost up 15. They don't mind if it runs. Rominger wide left. Mitchell under center. Wingbacks either side. Heminger in motion. Inside counter. Chantalivon follows his blockers up the middle. Stiff arms the man. Trying to break free. He's near midfield. Crosses midfield. He nearly got 20 yards on his own. They'll mark him at the Lincoln 49. Gain of 19 on 1st and 20. And they hog-tied and brought down, I think, by Daniel Sachiyama. And if he'd been able to fully stiff arm out of that tackle, I don't think anybody else would have caught him. Boy, that inside counter paying big dividends for Ottumwa tonight. 2nd down and 1. Ottumwa at the line with 15 on the play clock, but they won't get set until there's under 10. They're bleeding clock here. 2 wide left, wingback left. Quick hitter Ockenfeld's up the middle. First down for the fullback across the 45 and down to the 44. Gain of 5 and move the chains, OHS. That's the 7th play of the drive, not counting the penalty. Started the drive with 5:57 left in the third. We're down to under a minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. It's very possible now that the second drive of the third quarter will continue into the fourth quarter. Lincoln held it for 6 minutes before fumbling, and now Ottumwa's going to try to basically hold it the other 6 minutes of the third. 1st and 10 from the Lincoln 44. 2 wide left, wingback left. Chantalivon motions. Option play, and it goes nowhere. In fact, it goes backwards. I think Matt Mitchell was trying to put it in the gut of Maneri and pull it out, but Maneri was hit before Matt could pull it away. Second time I've seen that happen tonight. Cam loses 2, 2nd down and 12. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Ball back to the 46. Caden Hubbell's going to check in for Brandon Heminger. Ottumwa taking its time here, and unless they go out of bounds or throw an incompletion, this might end up being the final play of the third quarter. 2nd and 12. Rominger wide left. Wingbacks either side. Hubbell on the right, Chantalivon left. Hubbell in motion. Pitch it to him. Cuts inside. He's got some room. Falls a blocker, but then gets hit down. Boy, he looked like he had more to gain there, but a good tackle on the play, I think, by Leo Jones. That will be a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 9. But that'll be the end of the third quarter. 21-6 Ottumwa. Back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Most of us realize what this sound means. It means your vehicle needs repairs. This is David Rowland, owner of Resurrections Paint and Body, and we can repair and put your vehicle back together looking good as new. We are located in the Old Covenant Paint and Body building on Richmond Avenue. We do collision, dent repair, vehicle restoration, in addition to liquid spray wraps and more. Stop by our shop at 504 Richmond Avenue in Ottumwa for a free estimate. Choose Resurrections Paint and Body for all your auto body and painting needs.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the fourth quarter, Ottumwa hopefully one quarter away from their first win of the season. They lead here on the road at Des Moines Lincoln 21-6. Bulldogs have it 3rd down and 9 from the Lincoln 43 left hash. Chantalivon in motion. Movement from both sides. Who went first? I know I'm rooting for Ottumwa, but it looked to me like like on the hard count, Lincoln moved first, but they're going to say false start at Ottumwa. I thought the right side of the Lincoln defensive line moved before Braylon Griffiths on the other side of the line jumped. I thought Lincoln was in the neutral zone first, but that's not the call. And now 3rd down and 14 from the 48. Well, if you're Ottumwa here, I don't think you get too risky here. Maybe you run that inside counter again. We'll see. Gentalavan in motion. Back to passes. Mitchell has time over the middle. Caught by Rominger at the 35. Breaking a tackle. Fighting for the first down marker. He's going to be maybe a yard short, or maybe right at the marker. And let's see how they rule it here. And it is a Bulldog first down. Rominger with the extra effort gets to the sticks. Needed 14, got 14. Well, that kid is tough as nails. 1st and 10 at Ottumwa at the Lincoln 34. And Matt Mitchell, for one of the rare times this season, had all day to throw that. Good protection. Gentalavan motions. Hand off Maneri right side, trying to get outside, and he dragged the tackler for a couple of yards. Stop on the play made by Damani Wesley, who's had a few stops tonight.
Manari on the carry.
They gave him 2 yards to the 32, so 2nd and 8. And this drive started with 5:57 left in the 3rd quarter. It's only the second drive of the second half. Lincoln had the ball for 6 minutes, fumbled it deep in Ottumwa territory, and now the Bulldogs have just been methodically working their way back down the field and taking plenty of time off the clock between each snap. Heminger in motion, give to Maneri, finds some room left side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, fights his way down to the 25. He'll be a yard short of the sticks. Where he's tackled on the play by Denver Longden, who helps him up. Gain of 7, 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 25. 2 downs to get a yard. Don't see why you wouldn't just go straight ahead here. Got to make sure the snap is solid. And again, Ottumwa, they know the play with 20 left on the play clock, but leading 21-6 and controlling the line of scrimmage right now, the Bulldogs are just going to let that play clock run down under 10 before they line up. Ockenfels is now the fullback. Wing back in motion, give to Ockenfels left side, 1st down and more inside the 20. Just 2 hands on the football. He's taken down at about the 18, gain of 7. Into the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 18. Well, they marked him at the 19, so give him 6 yards. That was the 13th play of the drive. That doesn't count the 2 penalties on Ottumwa on this drive. They've overcome a holding and a false start. 1st and 10 Ottumwa at the Lincoln 19. Under 9.5 to go. Mitchell under center. Gentalavan motions. Pitch it to him. Looking for an alley. Bounces it outside. Tries to break a tackle. Does break a tackle. Now reverses field. Trying to get back left, but he's swarmed under.
Carry by Gentalavan.
Colby trying to fight for extra yardage, but I think he ends up with no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Did stay in bounds. .8:45 and counting in the 4th quarter. Obviously, you want this drive to end in points, but even if you don't, you've taken so much time off. Back to pass. Mitchell under immediate pressure. Boy, that kind of looked like a face mask there. Maybe he didn't get his face mask.
That was Sakiyama that made initial contact.
I think looked like Mitchell was kind of signaling that he thought his face mask was grabbed. Where did they mark it here? So he actually gained 2 yards on that. I have no idea how Matt got 2 out of that play. 3rd and 8 from the 17. Under 8 minutes to go. 2 wide right, wing back right. Counter play to Heminger, and that time Lincoln sniffed it out. Denver Longden wrapped him up and took him down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down.
And I went to Heminger. Stop made by Longden.
4th down for Ottumwa here. 4th and 8 from the 17, and they've got the offense still on the field. They tried a field goal last week. It was blocked. Mitchell under center. Back to pass. Has time over the middle. Caught! Roanoke breaks free. Puts his head down. Toes into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. A laser beam of a pass from Matt Mitchell right into the hands of Javen Rominger. Broke free from 2 defenders. Ran over the safety. And Rominger's into the end zone. That's his first receiving touchdown of the year. Boy, Ottumwa, every time they had their backs against the wall on that drive, they answered. And then they run the quick play for the 2-point conversion, but whistles are blowing here. Question is, was the ball ready for play, I think. They quick snapped it to Mitchell, the holder, but they spread out wide for that PAT, and if they see a look they like, they quick snap it and go. And it's good! So everything was ready to go except Lincoln, and Ottumwa caught him napping. 2-point conversion, 29-6, 7:06 to go. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Yepes to kick it away. Ottumwa leading 29-6. Kickoff to the left side for Lincoln. It's dropped. Picked up at the 10 on the left side, and, well, he got away from a few tackles. And, oh, a huge hit over there on the far side. Who laid the lumber there? That was Ockenfels, I believe. Nope, no, Nolan Heller. Nolan Heller on the stop. Again, it's hard to read those Lincoln numbers from the other side of the field. But Lincoln takes over with 6:59 to go. 1st down and 10. The ball at the Lincoln 23, but now Ottumwa in firm control, 29-6. We're going to get the numbers on that huge Ottumwa drive here in a moment. Lincoln goes 2 wide to the right, tight end wing back to the left. Lamb the snap, play action, hit as he throws, but it's caught behind the defense. That's Butters, and he is tripped up from behind. Caden Hubble with a saving tackle. Boy, Blake Butters has been a thorn in the side receiving tonight. Hubble's mad about something as he gestures to the sideline, but he saved a touchdown there. They go all the way to the Ottumwa 27. $50 yards. Now a handoff to Sanders left side. He gets inside the 25, breaks free, and he's going to go. Touchdown. Boy, Lincoln with an immediate answer. 27 yards. Boy, I don't know if Ottumwa just fell asleep after the long touchdown drive, but with 6:29 to go, Lincoln's trying to make a game of it. For Javon Sanders, that is his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. Lincoln probably going to go for 2 here now. They've missed an extra point, and Ottumwa's converted a 2-pointer. And they'll line up to go for 2. Lamb brings a man in motion, gets the snap, hands off to Sanders, trying to go left, knifing towards the end zone. He does not get in. So it remains 29-12, 6:29 to go. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time. but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Lincoln lining up to kick off. Ottumwa expecting an onside kick. They lead 29-12, 6:29 to go. Carolee Buckland approaches the ball and does not onside kick it. It's deep. It's behind everybody. Ottumwa's going to have to get on this. Chentalavan picks it up, trying to get left, slips a couple of tackles, and he'll be brought down inside the 20.
Down to 15.
And Ottumwa will take over, 6:22 to go. Well, the Bulldogs on their last drive went 89 yards to score. Right now they're starting from their own 19, so they're 81 yards away from pay dirt. Let's go back to that Ottumwa scoring drive. 17 plays, 89 yards. They took 10 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock. That might be the longest Ottumwa drive I've ever called. They still lead 29-12, 1st and 10 from their own 19. Mitchell gives it to Maneri, hesitates, now has room. Left side, hangs on to the football, gets out to the 30. Gain of 11 and a Bulldog first down. Someone just needs to try to bleed clock here. And because Lincoln has failed to convert either of its point after tries, they missed an extra point, then failed on their 2-point conversion. And Ottumwa was added a 2-point conversion. This is actually a 3-score game. 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions only gets Lincoln to 28. Bulldogs up 17. 1st and 10, clock rolling, 5:45 and counting. Ball on the 30-yard line. Another give to Maneri. And he was hit in the backfield by about 3 gray jerseys, but somehow fought forward and at least got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have actually gotten a yard. He did get a yard, and it's 2nd down and 9. If you're Ottumwa, best case scenario is you hold the ball to the end of the game. You showed the ability to do that with that last drive. Lincoln hit with a quick strike to get back within 17, but time is Ottumwa's friend right now. Ottumwa letting that play clock run under 10 again. Now Mitchell goes under center, 2 wide to the left. There's a snap. Inside counter to Chentalavan, has some room, bounces outside, makes another man miss. He's all the way out to the 45-yard line. Kobe Chentalavan. That inside counter has just killed Lincoln tonight. Gain of 14 for Kobe. He's having a career night. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, 4:43 to go. Is there a point where Lincoln starts using its 3 timeouts? Or down 17, knowing they would need 3 scores, is there a point where Lincoln just says, you know what, this isn't our night? Bulldogs felt like they had a chance coming in, and they have certainly played their best game of the season, leading 29-12. Mitchell under center with 7 on the play clock. Gets a snap, another give to Maneri, room left side, breaks a tackle, still going outside of the 40, 35, and down at the 34-yard line. Tackled in the open field by Judd Dietrich, who's had several stops tonight, but a big run for Cam Maneri. And they'll get Ockenfels in to give Cam a breather. He's had a big 2-way night. That's a 21-yard run for Maneri, and if he's not over 100 yards, he's knocking on the door. Under 4 minutes to go. 29-12 Ottumwa. Mitchell under center, 5 on the play clock. Heminger in motion. Option left. That's quarterback keeper all the way. Ottumwa's not going to pitch it on that play. Matt didn't get a lot there. Chopped down on the play by Harry Sturr. Mark it at the 33-yard line, a gain of 1, second down and 9. Matt needs another carry or two to get his rushing total back into positive territory. He's been sacked and a couple of fumbles have hurt the yardage total, but I don't think he'll care too much, not if he gets his first win as a starting quarterback. He's 3 minutes away. Takes a snap. Inside counter, Chantalava, and this time Lincoln read it well, and that's knocked down to the backfield. Damani Wesley. One of the few times Kobe has gone backwards tonight. They'll mark it back at the 38, a loss of 4 or 5 on the play, I should say. 3rd down and 14, but under 2.5 to go. I don't see any way Ottumwa puts this ball in the air now, leading by 17. Mitchell under center. Just a handoff to Ockenfels, a little bit of room, but he's hit at the 35-yard line. And Lincoln is going to use a timeout here with 2:06 to go. 29-12 the score. Timeout brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The secret is out. You're invited to see the all-new scoring system at Champion Bowl.
The first bowling alley in Iowa to have the new Bowler Entertainment System.
Animated and themed scoring grids and backgrounds.
It keeps score for a variety of game types.
There's classic bowling, of course, as well as Build the Monster, Bowling Hood, Battle of the Lanes, and more.
You can also video chat with any of the staff right from your bowling station.
Come experience the brand new Champion Bowl in Ottumwa,
where bowling is now awesome.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
.206 to go before Ottumwa notches win number 1 on the season. 4th down and 11 for the Bulldogs from the Lincoln 35. Ottumwa just going to run a play here. Mitchell with the snap. He is going back to pass and throws it in the flat. It's caught by Heminger, puts his head down. He's got a first down. He's taken down at the sideline. Might have gone out of bounds, but Ottumwa moves the chains. Brandon Heminger, his first catch of the season. I thought Ottumwa might just run a play, but the Bulldogs said, well, it's 4th down anyway. We might as well try something to go for it. And they mark it at the 23. They needed 11. They got 12, and that is pretty much going to do it. And Heminger also did a really good job. He did get down inbound, so they only stopped the clock to move the chains, and now we're rolling again. Down to 1.5 minutes to go. Lincoln still has 2 timeouts, but I don't know why they'd use them now. 29-12 Ottumwa. Mitchell with the snap, gives it to Ockenfels straight up the middle. Tough running for some extra yardage. Let's see where they mark the football here. Down to the 19-yard line, Justin with a gain of 4. 1 minute to go. Really, Ottumwa here could take 2 knees and finish this out. 2nd down and 6 from the 19. Bulldogs not in the victory formation, though. 2 wide left. Chantalava wingback left. Mitchell will just give it to Ockenfels up the middle, breaks a tackle, and still going inside the 10, down to the 9. That's a first down. Gain of 10 for Ockenfels. 1st and goal, but Ottumwa doesn't have to snap it again. And that's going to do it as the Bulldogs start exchanging high fives, and the teams will head to midfield to shake hands. Bulldogs are in the win column. Tough start 2 weeks ago, better effort last week, and now they dominate the second half physically on the ground, and they put Lincoln away. 29-12 is your final score. Ottumwa improves to 1-2. Lincoln falls to 1-2. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and begin the postgame show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
A-Plus Services Plumbing and HVAC takes care of your home. A-Plus Services offers multiple services under one roof. They offer residential and commercial installation of plumbing, heating, and air conditioning units in Ottumwa, Fairfield, and the surrounding areas. From new construction to replacement of your existing unit, A-Plus Services can help. Ask them about available financing options. Contact A-Plus Services for all your plumbing, heating, and air conditioning installation services. Se habla español, your authorized local York dealer.
What can be better than getting two things under one roof? Visit us at the Cole Palace Cafe and the Candy Caboose, located at 226 West Main Street in Ottumwa. Try something from our fresh, made-in-house menu of soups, sides, sandwiches, and more. Short on time? Call in an order to go. Walk right down the hall and get your sweet tooth fix at the Candy Caboose. Delicious old-school candy. Your purchase helps our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Visit us at the Cole Palace Cafe and Candy Caboose.
Looking to add value to your property? Looking for a top-rated local business? An easy way to do that is to have a fence installed. This is Jared with Pierce Fence Company. Whether you want a fence to keep your animals safe or a privacy fence to keep others out, Pierce Fence can install many different types of commercial, industrial, or residential fences. At Pierce Fence, we strive for excellence, safety, and quality. Give us a call today and find out why we lead the industry for all your fence projects in Southeast Iowa. You can count on our team here at Pierce Fence Company to get the job done right. Like us on Facebook or visit us at piercefenceco.com.
Talking with someone about suicide or suicidal thoughts can be hard, but sometimes it's a necessary conversation to have. If you're concerned about someone and you've noticed a drastic change in behavior, ask the person directly if they are considering suicide. Research shows that asking the question directly helps the suicidal person feel at ease and less alone. For more information, call Southern Iowa Mental Health Center 24 hours a day, 844-430-8520.
What do you look for when choosing a bank? One that's locally owned with fast and friendly service from neighbors who know your name? Are you looking for a bank that is growing and gives back to the communities it serves? Is the convenience of reliable online and mobile banking important to you? Do you need knowledgeable lending experts who make it easy and are empowered to say yes? We have it all at Iowa State Bank in Fairfield. Bank with us. myiowastatebank.com.
A lot of things in this world just don't make sense. Like why we drive on a parkway, but park in a driveway? It's just not logical. And when it comes to something as important as your vehicle, you need things to make sense. You can rely on Jonathan and the crew at Vice Transmission on Madison Avenue in Ottumwa. They're the logical choice for transmissions, but they also do brakes, tune-ups, mechanical repair, and more. The next time you need maintenance, transmission, or auto repairs done, contact Vice Transmission. They are more than a transmission shop.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Football, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. It's in the book. Ottumwa's in the win column. They beat Des Moines Lincoln on the road tonight, 29-12. Bulldogs scored on their first two drives of the game. 9 plays, 57 yards, 4:49 the opening drive. Matt Mitchell, a 4-yard touchdown run. Second drive, 7 plays, 55 yards, 3:37. Kobe Chantalavon, a 10-yard touchdown run. Lincoln got on the board in the second quarter after blocking an Ottumwa punt. They went 29 yards in 4 plays. Jackson Lamb, a 13-yard touchdown pass to Blake Butters. Extra point no good, made it 14-6. Right before the end of the half, Ottumwa had a 1-play, 68-yard drive. Kobe Chantalavon, 68-yard touchdown run. Extra point good. Bulldogs led at the half, 21-6. Second half went by very quickly because Lincoln had a 6-minute drive to start the half, start the third quarter, that ended with a fumble. Ottumwa then went on a 17-play, 89-yard drive, 10 minutes, 45 seconds on the drive, encompassing the rest of the third quarter and about half the fourth quarter. And it ended with a 17-yard touchdown pass from Matt Mitchell to Javen Rominger. They ran their 2-point play, and it worked, put them up 29-6. Lincoln did come back with a 2-play, 77-yard drive. Javon Sanders, a 27-yard touchdown run, 2-point try, no good, 21-12. Then Ottumwa got the ball back and ran out the clock. Ottumwa wins it 29-12. We'll take one more timeout, come back, and wrap up the night on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
At Five Hogs Barbecue, our journey began with a group of folks who simply love to barbecue, a path that persists with the belief that our ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and chicken should be just as delightful to order as they are to savor. And as far as we're concerned, it's a journey with no end in sight, except the vision of a barbecue spot that's always striving to do better. Join Five Hogs Barbecue Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. in the old Smoke and Bones building on 73rd Street in Agency. Like us on Facebook and message us to cater your next event. Come get you some goodness.
Hi, I'm Jackie King, owner of TSD Embroidery, the Stitch Doctor. I just want to thank our customers as I know you have options. My staff and I truly appreciate your business. Not only are you supporting a locally owned business, you are supporting 3 different families, putting clothes on their children, paying bills, food on the table, and helping them reach their personal dreams. Shopping local truly means more than what people think. If you haven't stopped into the Stitch Doctor, I personally invite you. TSD Embroidery, the Stitch Doctor, 115 East Main Street, downtown Ottumwa. Thank you for shopping local.
At Line X of Ottumwa, we know your truck is much more than a vehicle to you. Whether you use it for work or play, a Line X spray-applied bedliner is ready for the long haul. Line X provides unmatched protection with a nationwide lifetime warranty. Want more for your truck? Line X carries accessories from WeatherTech, Bach Industry, Truxedo, Truck Gear, Lux, and Luverne Truck Accessories. The right parts and accessories to make your truck your truck. Everything is possible at Line X of Ottumwa.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
You're watching your Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
And welcome back one final time to Hutchins Stadium on the south side of Des Moines, where your Ottumwa Bulldogs get their first win of the season, beating the Des Moines Lincoln Railsplitters 29-12. I want to thank all of our sponsors one more time. Meridian Credit Union, Bridge City Realty, Graphics Masters, Blackhawk Auto Body, Iowa State Bank and Trust Company, Vice Transmission, A-Plus Services, Pierce Fence, Five Hogs Barbecue, William Penn University, Southern Iowa Mental Health Center, Sonic Drive-In, Community First Credit Union, Coal Palace Cafe and Candy Caboose, Benchwarmers, Resurrections Paint and Body, Champion Bowl, Insane Motors, Gordy's Auto Repair, The Stitch Doctor, Roto-Rooter, Family First Chiropractic, Citizens Mutual, Mike's Pizza, Lisco, Mercy One Ottumwa, R&K Body Pros, Allstate Insurance and Agent Kyle Hobbs, Gardner Collier, Uncle Bucks, and Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance. A big thank you to Bulldog head coach Brian Goodman for helping us prepare for the broadcast tonight. And a big thank you to both of my producers, Annie Argo, the on-site video producer, and Carl Davis, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Finally, I'd like to thank you, the fans, for tuning in tonight, because without your support of these broadcasts and of Ottumwa High Athletics, none of this would be possible. So thank you for tuning in to Bulldog Football, a special Thursday night edition on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. And before we go, we should let you know the next time we're going to be on the air, we're going to be back on Friday night, where we should normally belong. We'll be back at home at Schaefer Stadium to take on Oskaloosa on Friday, September 15th. So pregame at 7 next Friday night, kickoff at 7:30. Be sure to join us as Ottumwa football will try to even its record in 2-2. For all of us with the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network, my name is Jason Van Arkel. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you a week from tomorrow, Friday the 15th, when we take on Oskaloosa. Until then, good night, everybody.